On the shores of America's largest estuary, among the birds and marsh grasses, lie the tall white tanks of Dominion Cove Point's liquefied natural gas terminal. After a decade of importing liquefied natural gas, or LNG, the company is now poised to export it. The spike in American energy production has changed global market dynamics, says Mike Frederick. He's Dominion's vice president of LNG operations.
So as you walk this plant, do you have a sense of what LNG export's going to mean globally?
Yeah, it's a tremendous benefit. You know, by 2016, the U.S. is going to have a surplus of natural gas, so we'd export a small portion of that.
In the past 5 years, global demand for LNG has increased. After the disaster at Japan's Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant in 2011, the country decided to shift to natural gas for electricity production. And recent unrest in Ukraine has sparked a European search for new sources of the fuel beyond Russia. But the U.S. only has one operational LNG export terminal, and a pair of federal approvals has only been granted to one other LNG terminal, which is in Louisiana. The U.S. Department of Energy is expected to limit natural gas exports so as not to adversely affect domestic capacity. Import facilities like Cove Point in Maryland are likely to be approved to export first.
Cove Point applied for its first export permit back in 2011, but before it can build anything in this field, it has to get some 50 permits in all, meaning it won't be able to get online to export that liquefied natural gas until sometime in 2017.
The process that they look at is extensive and thorough. 12,000 pages of application to the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission initially. We've augmented it with another 9,000 pages. So it's a very extensive review.
Keep in mind, Cove Point already has almost all of the infrastructure it needs in place.
Everything offshore for the platform is already here. All we really need to add is the liquefaction equipment.
The platform is a sort of floating natural gas station, capable of accommodating 2 LNG tankers at a time. Dominion will have 2 customers for the next 20 years, GAIL of India and Sumitomo of Japan.
We know Japan has had the issue with Fukushima, so they're looking for an additional supply from a gas perspective. India is growing rapidly. They're looking to replace coal-fired generation with natural gas. China's the same thing, rapidly growing country that's looking for additional power generation sources.
It may be a long road to export LNG, but energy companies say once the U.S. has the capability, they will have the flexibility to meet global energy needs with a product that generates lower greenhouse gas emissions. Jessica Stone, CCTV, Lusby, Maryland.